Hey everybody, welcome to the Jeff and Hammy Show. I'm Mike Hamilton.
I'm Jeff Lovett.
And today we're going to go over the road to the sale. So I have 10 things written down, which I think are extremely important things in building the relationship that will finalize with a sale for you in a day. So let's go over this. Jeff doesn't know what I've written down here. So I'm going to go over these things, and he's going to answer these as a question. So let's start.
You're throwing the hard stuff here, huh?
The
heat.
Yeah, we're gonna. So he doesn't get any chance to prepare for this. So this is like truly transparent. Like we always talk in this business about being absolutely transparent and being honest with our customers. And so this is as transparent as it gets because he has no behind the scenes on this. He's not seen what I've written. So Jeff, number one.
Number one.
Okay, so in the road to the sale to the finish of the sale, get customers' names and remember them.
Yeah, get customers' names and remember them. I mean, that's a huge thing. You know, when we talk about making contacts, is that if you just say hi to somebody and say, hey, here's my card, I'll see you later, the odds of them coming back are probably pretty slim. So I tell people all the time, you've got to get a name, you've got to get a phone number, and you've got to log it. And if you guys are new in the business, remember, if you don't have a logged customer with a name and a phone number, I can tell you all day long, you'll get used to this term skate. People will skate you. So you got to cover yourself, but also you got to send the person a text maybe later in the day and letting them know, hey, it was really nice that they came into the store and that you met them. And everybody knows that 90% of the sales process is one big word. It's called follow-up.
For sure. I would just add in, if it's a large group, you need to know everybody's names, even the kids that are 2 and 3 years old. And if there's an older lady sitting in the back seat that's not coming out to look at vehicles with her, you need to get her out of the vehicle because she can ruin your deal. So everybody is important that shows up to the dealership. No matter how many people in the vehicle, you want to address everybody that's in the group.
Yeah, and you get one time to make a first impression.
Yeah, let's move on to the next question here. This one is one of the big ones I've had to work on over the years. Listen more than you talk.
Yeah, listen more than you talk. You know, there's a reason why you have 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Yes.
And nothing's worse than someone that over talks. And in the business of selling and anything else, if you want to get married someday too, you got to be a very good listener.
Yes.
But I just want to say this, it's so important to listen to your customer because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And I'm not just throwing out a good one-liner that sounds good. People really want to know that you care. And the best way that they know that you care is that you listen to their needs and then you land them on the vehicle that best fits their needs.
For sure. I like to consider myself a personal shopper and not a salesperson. What that means to the customer is I'm here to give them the best sales experience they've ever had.
Totally. And
I'm going to be the advocate for them to help them find the right vehicle that fits all their needs for the family and their budget.
Yeah, I can't tell how many times people say, I bought this car because you were just so nice. You listened to me. You were very personable. And people like that. They want to be cared for as a person, not just a sale.
All right, next one I have, number 3, look the customer in the eye.
Yeah, I think that's just basic confidence. I think that's valuing your customers. Look them in the eye. Every person's important, whether they're buying today, whether they're going to be a sale in the future. But again, you want to be a professional. And I tell people all the time, you're not just a salesperson, you're a sales professional. And sales professionals look people in the eye. They take their time. They meet the entire family. And they know that this is how you're making a living. And so you've got to have that confidence. You've got to treat people with respect and look them in the eye.
Yeah, I would say like this one I've taken from one of the great sales trainers that Toyota has, a guy named Casey Nix out of Texas, but he comes out to our area and trains us pre-COVID, of course. But especially when you're presenting the numbers. So I've learned this from him. He says when he's giving, like, so if we're giving a discount, he looks the customer in the eye. If he's taken away, like he's telling them this is how much down payment or whatever, he's always looking down at the paper. So he looks up when he gives, looks down when he takes away. So that's something I've worked on, and that does help with presenting those numbers. Number 4, be patient, not pushy.
Yeah, being patient, not pushy. You know, so many times people can tell if you're desperate for a sale.
Yes.
You know, they're overly pushy. And so you've got to learn in this business how to give people the respect and the patience that they're actually making the second biggest purchase of their entire life outside of their home. So it may seem like every day we're doing this, but for some people, this is a big thing. And so you do want to be patient, and that's where getting with guys that have been in the business long enough to know that finesse. You know, I've heard a terminology, I've heard it, cool hand Luke.
Yeah.
You know, it's you're moving people forward, but you're not overly too pushy, and you're not overly too soft either. You're actually helping lead them, direct them into the right purchase. So you got to be patient with people, and you'll find out real quick. Sometimes you're going to push them out, sometimes you're going to be not, but you're going to learn that finesse. So
Yes, 100%.
take your time.
Okay, a big one for me. Something, if you watch all my YouTube videos, you'll know that I know a lot about the Toyota product. So number 5, know your product.
You got to know your product. You know, nothing's worse than when someone says, "Hey, how much? What are the features on this?" I don't know. You know, that's not a good response. You don't want to say, "I don't know." Either you'll say, "I'll find out for you. Let me go grab somebody that can help with that question." Or, believe it or not, if you're new in the business, the Maroney sticker can show you a lot. You can take the customer to the window sticker of the car and say, "Hey, let's find out together where this answer is. If I can't find it here, I will go get it for you, or I'll find it for you." But it's amazing how much information is actually on the window sticker.
And then you know, Toyota product's pretty simple for the most part. Like, we don't have a lot of trucks, but if you're in a domestic brand truck, there is a lot of capabilities that these vehicles have, and they're very different for each other. So knowing, you know, tow hitch capacities and payload capacities,
totally.
and gear ratios that are good tow gears, or ones that are more of a combination of getting better mileage and being able to tow, but not maximum things and stuff. So knowing that is extremely important depending on what you're selling, especially if you have a whole bunch of Fords and they all do different things. You need to know that stuff.
Yep.
All right, number 6, don't say negative things about other brands or other dealerships.
Yeah, you know, you really want to respect. You really want to respect the other brands too. You know, when people are making a big decision, they actually might have a lot of connections to these brands. And this is where becoming a professional comes in versus saying, "Hey, that car's garbage." You can say, "Hey, let me just share with you the benefits of a Toyota versus the benefits of ABC. And here's what I found: reliability, you know, gas mileage, safety. This is all something that is at the top of the list. Consumer reports. Start dropping that versus this is garbage. I don't like them. They break down. You'll die if you drive in one of those. Yeah, come on. Be a professional. Give them the ammo that they're looking at. Consumer reports, reliability, safety. Show on the window sticker the NHTSA report, the government safety reports. You know, on some of our Toyotas are all 5-star. You can't argue with that. So you got to know your product like a professional.
Yeah, number 7, don't tell customers what they want to hear. Set the expectations.
Yeah, set the expectations, and I think that goes back, you know, Hammy, you're always really good at finding out somebody's budget early on. You really want to get good at finding out what their budget is, and that's a good dialogue. You know, you don't want to assume, but you want to try to ask what we call the needs assessment. You're really good at the needs assessment. Is really finding out the right price point for the customer and then landing them on the right vehicle. And again, we could go more into that, but
yeah,
that's what I've learned on that.
Just a quick thing. I mean, you know, if somebody's looking for a $350 payment on $40,000 a vehicle, the first question is, well, how much do you have to put down? Right. So that would be setting those expectations. Number 8, this is kind of housekeeping stuff, but keep a neat appearance and keep your desk in neat too.
Yeah, you know, I think, again, we're talking about being a true professional. Is you have to be organized. You know, some of the guys that you've mentored with, that you've showed me, these guys that are huge income earners, but not only that, they're just so productive with their time. And your workspace needs to be productive too. And nothing's worse than someone sitting down in a dirty, messy, sloppy office. Well, a lot of that is normally, you know, how somebody actually handles their business. So just tidy up, you know. make your desk a little cleaner than you think. Be a little bit more presentable. You know, and this goes to even dressing professional too.
Yeah, I would say Toyota brand, bit older crowd, customers average 55 years of age, so a little bit more of a, you know, short hair and clean cut is kind of the expectations of a Toyota salesperson.
Sure.
So you may be at another dealership where I've seen like one of our guys that looked like ZZ Top, and that was just fine because it just worked for him and who he was as an individual.
Sure.
So
what's wrong with ZZ Top?
nothing. They the longest 10-year band that's had no changes to their lineup since 1969 till present. No rock band's been that long in existence.
It's good to know.
So number 9, this is about thinking about your customer. Do unto others as you want done to you.
Man, that's a good one. Do unto others, do unto you. You know, sometimes there just comes a time where if I know that somebody's a young buyer or this or that, and this is new for them, I would think to myself, if this person was my younger brother or my younger sister, what vehicle would I land them on?
Yeah.
And again, when vulnerable customers come, you really want to do what you would do for a family member or how you would want to be treated in a scenario. So, yeah, I think you just got to learn to take that as it comes. But I've never gone wrong in putting a person in the right car that was what I would have done personally for me or my family. It's never gone wrong. Mm-hmm. Not just the one that makes you the biggest commission, but which is the best vehicle for them. You never go wrong with that.
For sure, I've given up some commissions on why do you want to buy this Corolla that's only $1,000 less, that's 3 years old with 37,000 miles,
Sure.
when I could sell you a brand new one. And once we discount this, I don't make but a mini on it, so it's going to be the minimum commission we get here. But for me as an individual, I feel like I would give that customer a disservice not to tell them about how great a deal a brand new Corolla is and how close it is to a used one because of all the rebates and discounts that are going on. All right, last one here.
Yep.
Number 10, biggest one of mine, following up.
Following up, you know, I think that goes back to our first conversation when you talked about getting a name and a phone number. Sometimes, this guy's probably better than I am, sometimes it takes 8 to 10 contacts to get the person in the door. I mean, I can't say how many times, and I know it's with you a lot, that people say, how'd you get that deal? Oh, you have no idea. I've been following up with that guy for a month and a half.
Yeah.
And so follow up is everything. You make a contact, you get their name and their phone number, and you follow up. I mean, that's the basics, I think, to this business.
All right, that's just the pre-sale side of it. So I'm going to take Jeff into the post-sale side of it. We owe work, follow-up.
We owe work?
Yeah, so we got customers that we sold a vehicle to.
Yeah.
There's things we have to get done to the vehicle. It might have
Yeah.
been a back fence, or there was things they wanted, like
Yeah.
a scratch or blemish or
Yeah.
something. So following up on that side of the business.
It's huge. You know, you need to have relationships with your service guys. You need to have relationships with your parts guys. You need to be always taking care of those guys too, giving them gift cards, getting them coffee, just all those kinds of things, because the we owe part is, yeah, you're going to sell cars that need bumpers, that need alignment, that just don't have a shimmy on them, whatever. And you've got to go the extra mile. And if you go the extra mile, it's amazing. Some of these people buy 3 and 4 and 5 cars from you, and they'll send a lot of people your way by just taking care of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So take care of your BDCs in your service department. You're probably the highest paid individual that you're going to be talking to in the store. So get them a coffee, get them lunch, give them a gift card to a burger joint or something like that. Take care of these people, because if they're taking care of you, you need to take care of them and back and to show them some appreciation. Again, thank you for watching.
Thanks, guys.
The Jeff and Hammy Show. We'll see you next time.
See you next week.